breath that you take and every step that you make, Bhagwan Krishna is with you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Take your fingertips, gently pass it over your eyelids, and then very gently open your eyes. So devotees and friends, Bhagwan Krishna was with his parents Nanda and Yashoda. And devotees and friends, the Brahmins continue to insist, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. So devotees and friends, Father thinking now, this young boy, this little boy, my son, will not be able to understand. Hey Putra, oh my son, this prayer is being done to Lord Indra. And if we do not do this prayer to Lord Indra, who gives us rain so that we can have our crops, we can grow, the grass will grow, our cows will have feed and everything else. Son, if we do not do this, then nothing will happen. At this time, my dear friends, all the girls, all the cowherd boys, they were very, very frightened. Because if you are accustomed doing something over the years, and this little boy now is telling you this have to change, Namaran, this have to change, the people around will be very frightened. And my dear friends, we all know very well, Narayan, when change comes, everybody is afraid to enter into change. Nobody likes change. Everybody likes to remain in the same old fashion. But my dear friends, if we don't change to the present time, then we will be left behind. We'd be left behind. Would the children of today want to still be ponging pong, pong, pong on the typewriter, and when a mistake make, you have to scrap the whole paper and start over all over again? When you have computer now, you have to change. So Bhagwan Krishna is trying, my dear friends, to assert this change. But my dear friends, he's telling to his father, he says, Father, he says that those who are liberal and saintly, So you see, he's coming very technical. He's not quarreling with the father and saying, hey, stupid old man, change your ways. A lot of young people believe that they could talk to their parents like that. That is not the way, Johar. That's not the way. So he's saying, listen, for those who are liberal and saintly, there is no secrecy, dear Father. For those who are liberal and saintly, there is no secret. They do not think anyone to be a friend, an enemy, or a neutral party because they are always open to everyone. Devotees and friends, Bhagavan Krishna is developing something here within the family. And he's telling his father, he says, Father, you see how he's very technical. He says, Father, you are saintly, you are liberal, you see things not just with a narrow eye. Your view is not just one-pointed, but your view is that you see everything openly. And dear Father, in such a way, there is no secret. My dear friends, another great point comes here. Bhagavan Krishna is building a team. Family must be a team. The team members, my dear friends, will be very open to one another. They would not undermine one another. So, my dear friends, but you don't expect one team member to contribute and the next team member pulling and hiding. That is not team. That is selfishness, and that will bring destruction. So he's saying, Father, you are very liberal, and nothing should be kept a secret from the family members and friends. Have we built our family to this point, my dear friends, that we would not be, that we would not have to hide anything from them? They must be able. You must be able to build your family, my dear friends, in such a way that that responsibility, there will be no secret. You would be able to present everything. Recently, when I had my little setback, lying in the bed of the nursing home, I called Candy and I said, Candy, so and so and so and so. Because, my dear friends, there is no secret. Each member of the family knows everything about everyone. And this is the team. The family must be a team. This is what Bhagavan Krishna is saying here. He is saying, Father, he says that, and even those who are not so liberal, nothing should be kept a secret. So if you are not so divine yet still, he says nothing should be a secret from the family members and friends. Although secrecy may be maintained for persons who are of different categories. Therefore, you cannot keep any secret from me, dear Father. All persons are engaged in fruitive activities. Dear Father, tell me what is happening here. What will be the full results? And there the father said, my boy, this ceremonial performance is more or less traditional. So it changed. It is traditional. Because rainfall is due to the mercy of Bhagavan Indra, and the clouds are representatives, and because water is so important for our living, we must show our gratitude to the control of the rainfall. The controller of the rainfall, Maharaj Indra. Devotees and friends. And after Bhagavan Krishna heard this, he then spoke again to his father. "O father, listen, suniye." Prem se bole Sri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. "O father, what are you doing?" He says, "What are the fruits?" He says, "Father," and I have to condense now a little bit. He says, "Father," he says, "Lord Indra give you rain. But if this mountain is not here, you can have all the rain, and yet still you would have nothing. So, Father, you are disregarding the mountain here, which gives you all the crop, which see about all your animals. You are not paying any obeisances to this mountain, but you're going to Lord Indra who give you the rain. Father, how can that be right?" Devotees and friends, yada yada hi dharmasya glanira bhavati bharata abhyutanam dharmasya taratmanam srijanyam, that when there is a decline in righteousness I will come. Panitranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadusritam dharma sansar pranathaya shambhavani yuge yuge. Devotees and friends, our Lord comes to us because He promised us that whenever there is a decay in society, whenever children will not listen to their parents anymore, whenever there will be gambling on every street corner, whenever thieves will be on the rampant, know that I will have to manifest myself. I will come for you, my devotees. And devotees and friends, every one of the avatars have shown that they come and they live simple devotees up, simple loving devotees, and that is the word I should use, So devotees and friends, the Lord comes to the subtle, to the heart that is divine. And last night, I was telling to you how devotion comes. Everybody would like to say, I am a devotee, I am a devotee, I am a devotee. Devotees and friends, you become a devotee after you go through the process. First of all, you have to make a commitment. You have to make a commitment. So Bhagavan Krishna now is telling to his father, he says we have to make a commitment that we are going to worship the mountain and not Bhagavan Indra. When you go to the Lord, my dear friends, you must make a commitment that you are going to be a devotee. How many of us make commitments? We do not make commitments, my dear friends, for prayer. We make convenience. And last night I was telling to you that from the 9th of October, Panditjai, Madam, from the 9th of October to the 7th of November, we won't have any time. Because everybody want the puja. Baba, all them children and everybody gonna be fasting that time. So put me in, let me do my puja. Why? Because it is a convenient. It is not a commitment. But we must commit ourselves. And committing yourself is not all. When you commit yourself, you must dedicate yourself to your commitment. Because if you don't dedicate yourself to the commitment, then the commitment just comes like another what we just do on Old Year's night, make what? Resolutions. But how many of us make those resolutions with commitment? We say we're not going to eat any roti again for 2 months. Girl, and after 2 hours, we're going back in it. That is not commitment, that is convenience. We say it only when it is convenient. I am a devotee of God when it is convenient for me to say it. But am I committed? And this, my dear friends, is very, very important. When we are not committed and we become convenient, then the Lord had to come to help us. Save us, dear Lord, save us. We must dedicate ourselves to our commitment. And I was drawing the example of the Ganesh commitment that you all make, devotees. That when the Visarjan comes and you make that commitment, it was not just only a commitment, but you dedicated yourself to come to devotion every month. You committed yourself and dedicated yourself that no one is going to allow me to break this commitment which I have made. And so that becomes devotion. When you apply yourself like that, then we have love for what we are doing. So my dear friends, Bhagavan Krishna is telling to his father, he said, Father, come on, we have to do it now. But the people them frightened. But Bhagavan Krishna have been able to convince his father that they must worship the mountain, Govardhan. But devotees and friends, why it is that the Lord is insisting to his father not to pray to Lord Indra? Lord Indra being the source and the head of the celestial, he also have developed this abhiman, this ego. So you see, sometimes, my dear friends, we commit ourselves, we dedicate ourselves, and we find ourselves deep into devotion. So when you commit yourself and you dedicate yourself and you become a devotee, when you become a devotee, you will have. So what do you think we'll have? We'll have achievements. Anytime you commit yourself to a cause, you dedicate yourself to the cause, and you enter and you live the cause with love, you will have achievement. But my dear friends, when the achievement comes, is how you're going to deal with it. How many of us, when achievement comes, we knock our chest and say, I'm Pandit Vishnu. You see Sankhya TV does be playing me right through? I am Pandit Vishnu. And I become swell-headed. Whereas all the other Pandits probably on Sankhya TV, they may be 10 times more than what my words are. But because I get an opportunity, I say, I Pandit Vishnu, and I knock in my chest. My dear friends, that will give us nothing. Friends, I'm telling to you this evening, as I conclude, don't forget those who you have to interact with. Starting, don't forget your parents. Don't forget your children. Don't forget your siblings. And always remember, at some given time, Nobody always say the right thing. Sometimes they make mistakes. But if the person make a mistake, you won't cut them down for that. As I always say, and I always tell, when we were growing up, well, my problem, I can tell to you, was doing long division. I could not do long division at all. And Caro, you know where I learned to do long division? You see across the road there, where the cattle pen is, there is a big tree. Under that tree. This used to be here, the Ministry of Agriculture project, this site here. And at that time, my father used to be watchmaning here. And on Sunday day, I come up here from morning. And he take me under that tree there. And he said, today you have to do long division. And I did it. So many times. Because he always talks about some arithmetic book named Blackie's Arithmetic. He say, and none of all the children who doing GC and what couldn't know any maths when you get into that book. But my point is, my dear friends, we do not forget those who are close to us. For we would make mistakes. It takes us a period of time to maneuver what we are. You know how many days coming back from Ramain? Well, Candy used to be home with Ma, daughter, Davy, and somebody again. Every time I structure a sentence wrong and we coming home in the motor car, I used to vex. Sometimes 12 o'clock in the night, I feel like I could put them down in the road, but I'm listening to them. And what happened? Over a period of time, all those little small mistakes in structuring my sentence, I have been able to correct. What I still have not corrected is my little mistiming now and then. And my brother would always look at me and laugh when I make the mistime. But it's only me and he would know that he mistime. Because he's so skillful that he could cover it up so nice that nobody knows that I missed it. But my dear friends, my point is that none of us are perfect. None of us perfect. If we are perfect beings, then we could look down at others. But because we are not perfect beings, we must not look down at anybody. If there is a cause to look down at somebody, instead of looking down at the person, we must try to lift that person. Prem Sabale Sri Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai. So devotees and friends, we run over time a little bit, and tomorrow we will be hearing a few songs from Pandit Jai also. When he sings, you know, it's very well. He brings the vibration very well to us. Prem Sabale Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan Ki